Okay, so I'm going to show you how to rib in the round, but first of all, I'm just going to do a quick joining in the round. So I've got 19 stitches here, which means I will have 18 stitches in total. So I'm going to put 7 stitches on the first needle. This is going well. Six on the second, and then I've got 6 on the last. So to join in the round, we want to join these two ends together. I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to take my right hand needle, take the first stitch on that we created on the left hand needle, and I'm just going to transfer that to the right hand needle. Then the last stitch that we cast on, this one is, I'm just going to do it with my hands actually. This one is going to be taken up and over and off the needle, and we're just going to tighten that around to fasten the join. Now to start, like the mittens and the hats, we rib. So rib stitch is alternating between knit stitch and purl stitch. So a 1x1 rib is knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, or 2x2 rib is knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, etc. On this occasion, we're going to do a 1x1 rib stitch. So first stitch is knit. I'm going to pop our needle in, wrap the yarn. Then to go to purl, we want the yarn, working yarn, to be in front. So we're just going to switch it. And then purl. Then, because we're going to knit, working yarn goes behind. And we knit. Purl, so working yarn goes in front, and we purl. Knit and purl. Then we just move straight on to the second needle. And sometimes you just want to be a little bit careful in the joins, just you don't want it to be loose between the two, so just make sure it's like snug together. Then the working yarn is brought forward, so we're going to purl. It can be quite tricky at first with all the needles. It looks very complicated and they kind of get in the way, as you can see. It probably doesn't make for very good filming. But yeah, you kind of just get used to it and ignore them. Okay, that's the second. And then the third and final needle. So we're going to knit and purl, knit, purl, last two, knit and purl. Now when you get here, some people like to pop a stitch marker just here, so then you can tell when you have reached the end of your round, and so you can keep track of your rows a little bit better and where you are in your piece. I'm just going to carry on for round 2. And just knit, purl, knit, and purl. So I'm just going to carry on with this round, and then we'll be able to start seeing the rib stitch coming together it always looks a bit messy, I feel, when you're just like 1 or 2 rows in. It's only in the maybe like 3rd and 4th row where it kind of starts coming together and you can see that actually everything is okay. I'm just on the last needle here. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more round. Oopsie. And now we can really start to see the rib stitch taking effect. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting a little tangled with my own yarn. Okay, just one last little bit and then we can take a look. Okay, last 2 stitches. Okay, so I've just done 3 rows of ribbing. As you can see, it's really starting to come together. Now, one way to, it's quite easy to lose track of where you are in rib, I find, especially if you're not really concentrating or you're chatting. So it's very useful to be able to recognize whether you've just knit or you've just purled, because then you naturally know what comes next. So if you can see these stitches here, these ones here, there's a little V, and this here is a bar. So each V is a knit stitch, each bar is a purl stitch. So if I just show you here, I've just done a knit, purl, and a knit, and say I put my yarn down, I put my work down and I pick it back up and I don't know where I am. I can see here that I've just done a knit stitch, so I'm gonna have to purl, which makes sense because there is a stitch with a bar here. You see, the purl has the little bar, just so. There we are.